Hello good people of YouTube, this is Sean with Future View Gaming, and this is episode 2 of Viewer's Choice. And in this one, I am playing on Metro Rush, which I'm hoping this is sufficient for you. The guy who suggested this loadout, it was NutzthebrickyAUS, one of my subscribers from across the way over in Australia. And he said he wanted me to use, he gave me 2 setups, which I decided to use both of them, and I did both of them on Metro Rush. This one was the shorter match, and I figured I'd upload this one first because it's going to take me a little bit longer to clip down the other one. And he wanted me to use the 240B with the foregrip, the flash suppressor, and the kobra with C4, and he didn't leave me a secondary, so I have my trusty 44 Magnum, which I don't believe you see me actually get any kills with, and I think I only got 2 kills with it through this match. Now, you saw 1 C4 kill. That's the only C4 kill I really got because I want to focus on this gun and what it can do. Now, you gave me the selection between Metro and Zebra Tower. I decided to go with Metro because I have a lot of Zebra Tower gameplay up, and I also have a lot of Metro gameplay up, I guess, but this gun is better suited for Metro, in my opinion. It's better suited for these maps where you can get these nice, sneaky, big back rages. And Metro has a lot of long sight lines, which are good for using this gun for what it's actually made for, which is suppression. So, yeah, that's about where I was with this. And your second setup I actually did on Metro as well. I did both of them on Metro Rush, simply because I believe that in Metro Rush you have so many different situations that you have to adjust to, and the weapons you gave me, they're good in multiple situations, in my opinion. This one being good for what I'm using it for now is suppression, so that the guys behind me can push up without having to worry too much about getting completely face raped. And you see I pull up here to reload, and you cannot rush with, well, you can rush with this weapon, but you cannot like rush your gameplay too bad with this weapon. This weapon is, for lack of a better word, it's a big, clunky murder machine. This weapon, it fires at a pretty decent fire rate for the light machine guns that do 30 something damage, and I believe it's actually got the fastest out of them. The recoil pattern's about the same as the other heavier light machine guns, and the bullet spread is just as horrible as the rest of them. Burst firing, which you'll see me do a lot of in this video, is definitely a must with this gun if you're if you're not bipoded up and you're not trying to hold down suppression. If you're really trying to get those kills and keep that accurate shot on, like accurate dead eye shooting with it, you really have to burst fire with it. And this thing kills really quickly. You gave me the flash suppressor instead of the extended mags, which honestly I was kind of skeptical about that, but I do like the flash suppressor on this gun. It did seem to make it a little bit easier to manage that sharp vertical recoil that this weapon has. As you see, I do a pretty good job of keeping it under control. The setup I was using a while back was a laser sight with the regular red dot because I didn't have the Cobra unlocked, and I switched up from, I guess, the laser to the extended mags, which I did like those. And there's some situations where extended mags would come in handy, but you already have 100 bullets, you're already good for a good amount of kills with it. So yeah, now places I would use this on would be this area right here, back in the tunnels, because this weapon does so much damage and carries damage really well over range, and it has so much ammo that if you get those nice back rages going, then you are really going to wreak some havoc without having to reload. And if you can keep burst firing with it, it is actually a fairly accurate weapon. It's not so horrible that, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, well, I can't even keep it under control. It is rough to control, but once you get a little bit of practice with it and you figure out the burst pattern you need to use, this gun is a beast. Now, as you see, it still climbs with me. I still have a problem with it climbing, even bursting. That's simply because while I have had a little bit of practice with it, I'm not that experienced with it. And as you see right there, I have my little Rambo moment that I would usually have a carbine, assault rifle, or PDW. And this gun is really made for more of someone who's ready to hunker down and hold down an area, cover a stairwell or something like that. But the way I'm using it is not completely wrong, I would say, because this is my play style. I'm not that sit back and wait for them guy. I'm that run in and kill them before they get to you guy. And my team was doing a good job of covering the bombs. I have my partner Chiwi in with me, and he's kind of my objective guy. Now you see right here, straight burst firing. I get the nice little, I guess, triple kill, which should have turned into even more. I think it did, yeah, 4. And if I had extended mags at that point, I would have probably picked up at least 1 or 2 more kills. And this is where my crew kind of comes in and just cleans it up, and I get revved. I believe I get revved. Don't I get revved? No, I don't get revved. I just respawn. Okay, never mind. But yeah, this gun, it is beautiful for you're holding down certain areas, your certain sight lines, and it is really nice for flanking too if you can get behind people. I have not used it with the suppressor yet, but I think it would be fairly effective. The flash suppressor was really kind of worked well for me as far as keeping the recoil under control, even though I can do it with the extended mags as well and it not be so bad. And as you see right there, that's a tip for all you support guys: throw ammo. Okay, don't be a douche who's gonna sit there with ammo boxes and not drop them. That's the worst thing that you can do as a support guy. Not suppressing and not throwing ammo. That's a big no-no for you guys who are support guys. Now, the bad side of this gun, as I said, it's just got horrible bullet spread, and that's mediated fairly well with the foregrip, and the flash suppressor helps with the vertical. And you know, I think this gun is probably my favorite out of the heavier damaged LMGs. It is a very solid weapon for the support class, and this setup is very solid for it. It's not like some ridiculous setup that you see some people try and use with it. It's a good mobile setup. So yeah, I would definitely suggest this to anyone who has a little bit more experience with recoil control and they're looking for something that you can just pretty much rampage through about 7-8 people without having to worry about reloading, especially if you know how to burst effectively with it, and if you know how to flank with it, if you know how to run the flanks on a map like Metro. This is the perfect map for a weapon like this and a setup like this. I would definitely suggest giving it a shot, guys. Y'all might find you a setup that you really like, because I know I do. I really like this setup, and I've been running with it on other maps, and it is really effective. So, NutzthebrickyAUS, thank you for giving me a nice setup to use. Thank you for giving me something new and fun to play with, and I will be doing all 3 of the other requests I've gotten up to this point pretty soon, and then I'll be working on the other ones. So leave me a rating, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and have a nice day, YouTube. Y'all take it easy.